The morning sun poured across my kitchen counter like it was auditioning for a home improvement ad. Golden, promising, and smug. I squinted at it over the rim of my chipped coffee mug, the one Marissa kept telling me to throw away. That mug had been with me through worse than she had. Loyalty mattered to me, apparently more than it did to certain people who rhyme with Clarissa. I was halfway through my second cup when my phone buzzed like an angry wasp. Caller ID. Richard. Hale attorney at law. Richard didn't call before noon unless someone was dead, or richer than they'd been yesterday. Since I was fairly sure I wasn't dead, though some mornings it was debatable, I picked up. Morning, Richard. Tell me someone left me a fortune and not that the IRS is about to audit my sock drawer. It's the former, he said smoothly. Your great-uncle Bartholomew's estate is settled. You're the sole beneficiary. Uncle Bart, the eccentric sweater-wearer, Honda driver, and ketchup conspiracy theorist. The man who sent me birthday cards with $5 bills taped inside. Richard went on. Real estate, stocks, crypto. Net worth? Just over $150 million. The number rattled around my head like a pinball. That wasn't I can splurge on guac money. That was buy an island money. I agreed to come sign papers that afternoon, already imagining how I'd break the news to Marissa without it instantly becoming a conversation about granite countertops. I never made it. Impact 2 blocks from the Charles River. An Amazon Prime truck ignored a red light and T-boned my sedan hard enough to make time slow down. Airbags exploded. My ribs screamed. My mouth tasted like chemicals and bad luck. The hospital was fluorescent, sterile, and smelled like despair. My nurse, Penelope, was a no-nonsense type who could probably run the place solo. Doctors confirmed 3 broken ribs, a concussion, bruises everywhere. Lucky to be alive, they said. Marissa didn't visit. Day 1, nothing. Day 2, silence. By day 3, pride lost to curiosity, and I called her myself. She answered with the warmth of a telemarketer interrupting dinner. I don't have time or money for a loser lying in a hospital bed. Don't call me again. Her words hit harder than the truck. Unmasking on day 4, Richard arrived with my inheritance papers and good coffee. As I signed, Marissa swept in, not alone, but with her new husband. The man looked familiar. Then, it clicked. Evan Marlowe, senior exec at my company, Aldridge Innovations, my employee. His face went white. Oh my God, he's my CEO. Marissa's smirk crumbled. Evan looked like a man realizing he'd stepped into quicksand wearing lead boots. And then Richard, blissfully unaware, dropped the nuclear line. The transfer of $150 million into your personal account is ready for your signature. I signed slowly, savoring the sound of pen on paper. Evan calculated his career suicide in real time. Marissa's eyes darted like she was replaying every bad choice of the past month. When she finally spoke, it was, "This changes things, doesn't it?" "No," I said evenly. "I'm still the loser in the hospital bed you didn't have time for." The exit Richards paperwork made it official. The prenup protected everything. My house, my company, my new fortune. Marissa's marriage to Evan, invalid. She'd committed bigamy. Evan resigned the next morning with a one-line email. Jordan, my best friend since college, picked me up from the hospital in his duct-taped Civic. We ate pizza in my now quiet house. Without Marissa's curated presence, it felt like mine again. Rebuildy poured money into things that mattered, renovated my home, light, space, warmth. $10 in employee bonuses, rewarding loyalty and character. $8 venture fund for entrepreneurs without safety nets. $2 to homelessness initiatives with real long-term support. Marcus, my VP, called after the bonuses hit. "You magnificent bastard! Do you know what you just did?" Jennifer, in accounting, could now afford her daughter's surgery. Tom was buying his first house. That felt better than any yacht. The return weeks later, Marissa appeared at my door, looking human for the first time I'd known her. She handed me my spare key in a bank envelope. "Did you know about the money when we were married?" she asked. "No. Found out the day of the accident." Silence stretched. She admitted mistakes. I told her I didn't hate her, but she wasn't worth the energy. She left looking smaller than I'd ever seen her. The real fortune that night. Champagne flowed in my dining room. We toasted Uncle Bart, narrow escapes, and fresh starts. The 150 $150 gave me financial freedom. Marissa's betrayal gave me something rarer, certainty in who I was, and that I didn't need anyone's approval to live the life I wanted. Sometimes the best thing that happens is losing the person you thought you couldn't live without and discovering they were the one holding you back.